Okay, so like, when you're scrolling through your phone and you've got like a zillion almost identical
Oh,
photos,
yeah, for sure. Happens to everyone.
and you're like, do I delete these? Do I need all these versions?
Right, like which one is the best one?
Exactly. Well, imagine that, but instead of photos, it's your website, and Google's the one trying to figure out which version of your content is, like the MVP.
Ah, I see where you're going with this. Duplicate content. Classic SEO headache.
It is, and that's what we're diving into today, canonical tags. Think of them like sending Google a little sticky note that says, hey, this one right here, this is the version I actually care about.
Like a secret signal to the Google bots. I like it.
Right. So let's break it down. Say your website sells, I don't know, the coolest shoes ever.
Nice. Everyone loves cool shoes.
Right. So you might have a bunch of different URLs that all like basically lead to the same product page. Like you got example.com/shoes, example.com/shoes.colorred. If someone's browsing red shoes specifically, maybe even one with like tracking tags from an ad campaign.
Yep, totally.
Yeah.
And to a human, those all mean the same thing. Shoes, shoes, shoes.
Exactly. But search engines, they're a little more literal. They see those tiny URL differences and they're like, hold on, are these different shoes, different pages? Should I be ranking them all separately?
And that's where things get messy. Because instead of concentrating all that ranking power, all that SEO juice into one awesome shoe page, it gets diluted across all these slightly different versions.
So it's like instead of having one super popular shoe store, you've got like 3 or 4 kind of average ones all competing with each other.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Imagine you wrote a killer blog post like, the best thing you've ever written. But then you accidentally saved like 10 different drafts, each one slightly different.
Oh man, I've done that. Which one do you even choose?
Right. And now Google's trying to figure out which one deserves to be at the top of the search results. They can't tell which one is the version, so they might not give any of them the full ranking power they deserve.
Ah, so that's what ranking power actually means in this context. Okay, so canonical tags help us fix this whole duplicate content thing, but how? Is it like super complicated code?
Not at all. Actually, it's a really simple line of code. It goes in the head section of your web page.
The head section. Okay. For those of us who don't speak code.
Sure. It's basically like the behind-the-scenes area of your website.
Yeah.
Most people never see it, but it's where all the important instructions for search engines hang out.
Oh, okay, like the VIP backstage area. Gotcha.
Exactly. And that little tag tells Google, Bing, Yahoo, all the major search engines, hey, this specific URL right here, this is the original, the VIP version I want you to focus on.
Oh, so you're consolidating all those almost identical pages into one powerhouse page?
Exactly. And the cool thing is, it doesn't stop there. You can use canonical tags to point to the preferred version of your content, even if it's on a different website.
Wait, really?
Yep. So say you published a guest post on, like, Medium. You can actually use a canonical tag on that Medium post to tell Google, hey, this is great and all, but the real deal, the original version, lives over on my website.
Whoa. That's next level. It made me realize I see these similar URLs all the time on different websites, but I never really thought about, like, why? Have you noticed that too?
All the time. It's actually pretty common to have multiple URLs that look really similar, especially for things like products or blog posts that might have different variations.
Yeah.
The question is, are they using canonicals to manage that?
Because if they're not, they're missing out on some serious SEO benefits.
Exactly. It's not just about, avoiding penalties for duplicate content, although that is important. It's also about making sure that all the authority, all the ranking power is flowing to the page you actually want people to find.
So it's like, yeah, you could have all those slightly different photos on your phone, but you're really only going to use the best one for your profile picture.
Exactly. And that brings up a really interesting strategic point. If you could pick one page on your entire site, just one, to get the absolute most visibility in search results, which would it be?
It's like choosing your website's like claim to fame.
Exactly. And that's the real power of the canonical tag. You get to decide.
That's awesome. It's like having a superpower, but for your website.
It really is.